Good morning to all, and I am A. Shankaranarayanamurthy from Department of Mechanical Engineering from Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology. Now we are going to study about the top subject engineering thermodynamics and about the topic steady flow energy equations. This is one of the important applications in thermodynamics. For heat transfer applications, it is one of the most important topic. Here we will be having some assumptions so that we could solve the problems. The first assumption is mass flow rate is constant throughout the process. That is, once the process starts, the mass flow rate won't be changing until the process is completed. And also work transfer and heat transfer are constant, that is, it will not change along the time. And the third thing is potential energy, kinetic energy, flow energy, internal energy, and all the energies are considered. And the flow energy, what is flow energy is, that is a product of pressure and volume, is known as a flow energy. So we can have it as an enthalpy, that is H is equal to U plus PV. U is internal energy and PV is flow energy. So the steady flow energy equation will be as H1 plus C1 square by 2 G Z1 plus Q is equal to H2 C2 square by 2 G Z2 plus W, whereas H1 is enthalpy of the entry fluid, C1 square by 2, that is C1 is the C1 is a velocity of the entry, G is, we all know that acceleration due to gravity, Z is the height or elevation, Q is the heat transfer, H2, C2 and Z2 all corresponds to the exit and W is the work done. We will be having some two case scenarios, whereas the M value is 1 kg per second and M value is not 1 kg per second. When the M value is 1 kg per second, the M value is not we are not in a potential to apply the value, since it is a 1. When the M value is not 1 kg per second, we should be applying the value as M dot U1 P1 V1 plus C1 square by 2 Z G Z1 plus Q and M dot the whole bracket of U2 plus PV P2 V2 G Z2 C2 square by 2 plus W. Since U plus PV is, we can take it as H, the terms will be changed as H1 plus C1 square by 2 G Z1 plus Q and H2 plus G Z2 C2 square by 2 plus W. Whereas H will be substituted in joule per kg, velocity in meter per second, Z elevation in meter, Q in joule per kg, work transfer also in joule per kg, and mass flow rate is kg per second, and acceleration due to gravity is meter per second square, that is 9.81, which is a constant value. Now the applications of SFE, that is steady flow energy equation, we are going to look into boiler and turbine. For boiler is a mechanical device which transfers heat, which does not transfer heat, which uses a heat to transfer or to make the phase change from water to steam. That is the use of a boiler. That is a mechanical device which converts water into steam. So here there won't be any we won't be considering the velocity of the moving water. We will be assuming that both the elevations are same, that is Z1 will be equal to Z2 and there is no work transfer. So the energy equation, the SFE, that is steady flow energy equation, gets reduced. Now let us look into this steady flow energy equation. Since there won't be any G Z1, it will be 0, C1 square by 2 will be 0, G Z2 will be 0, C2 square by 2 will be 0 and work done, there won't be any work done, so it will be also 0. So the equation changes into H1 plus Q is equal to H2. So if you want to find out the heat transfer, we can easily write as Q is equal to H2 minus H1, that is the outlet enthalpy minus inlet enthalpy of water and or also steam. The next one is turbine. In the turbine, which is a mechanical device which is used to produce work, so we will be assuming it as there won't be any change in velocity, there won't be any change in elevation, and also there won't be any heat transfer. So now let us look into the formula. So there won't be any C1 square by 2 G Z1 Q. So the formula will be H1 is equal to H2 plus W. So W, the work transfer, will be equal to H1 minus H2. This is the final formula. And the next application is condenser. A condenser is a mechanical device, that is also a mechanical device which converts vapor into water, vapor into its liquid state, steam liquid state. So here also we will be considering all, we will be assuming that there won't be any velocity or there won't be any work transfer or there won't be any elevation. So, the formula is H1 minus Q is equal to H2, that is Q is equal to H1 minus H2, which is slightly changing from the formula of and heat formula of an boiler. For boiler it will be equal, it will be Q is equal to H2 minus H1, and for condenser it is H1 minus H2. When we consider this for a reciprocating air compressor, the elevation will be same, the heat loss will, there won't be any heat loss, and there won't be any work done on the, there won't be, there is work done on the system, there is heat loss. The heat loss will be negative sign and the work done will be also negative sign, since we will be providing work into the system and there will be heat loss. So, both have been indicated as negative sign. So, the formula is H1 plus E1 square by 2 minus Q is equal to H2 plus E2 square by 2 minus W. And the fifth application is nozzle. For nozzle, we will be assuming it as there won't be any heat transfer or there won't be any work transfer, but there will be velocity will be changing. It is a nozzle is also a mechanical device which is used to increase its velocity or just change its velocity. In most of the cases we will be using nozzle for an increase in velocity. So, that formula will be changing as H1 plus C1 square by 2 is equal to H2 plus C2 square by 2. So, we will be finding out the C2, that is the outlet velocity. So, C2 square is equal to 2 into H1 minus H2 plus C1 square. So, final result can be written as C2 is equal to the whole root of 2 H1 minus H2 plus C1 square, where C1 is the inlet velocity in meter per second, C2 is the outlet velocity or exit velocity, H1 and H2 are the enthalpies at inlet and exit. Now, we will be having a small solved problem for as an example. In a steady flow apparatus, 135 kilojoule of work is done, 135 kilojoule of work, that is W is given as 135 kilojoule by each kg of fluid, that is mass flow rate is 1 kg, inlet is 0.37 meter cube per kg, 600 kilopascal, 16 meter per second, 32 meter above the floor, that is they are given the pressure, mass meter density value, pressure value and also the elevation value. The outlet is 0.62 meter cube per kg, 100 kilopascal, 270 meter per second, floor level. Total heat loss is 9 kilojoule per kg. Find out, does the internal energy increase or decrease and by how much? We have to find out the increase or decrease in internal energy. So, the given data is M1 is equal to 1 kg, W is equal to 135 kg, Q is minus since it is heat loss, and velocity, the specific volume as 0.37 meter cube per kg, C1 has 60 meter per second, C2 has 270 meter per second, and Z2 is equal to 0 meter since it is a floor elevation, and Z1 is 32 meter and C1 is 16 meter per second. And for the solution, we will be writing the formula M dot is U1 plus P1 V1 C1 square by 2 plus G Z1 plus Q is equal to M dot U2 P2 V2 G Z2 plus C2 square by 2 plus W. Here the M value is 1, so it will be cancelling, and U1 P1 V1 we will be gathering all the P1 V1 terms, C1 square C2 square terms as a single equation so that we can easily solve the problem. So, when we are gathering and when we are eliminating all the formula, all the unknown values, and we are getting U2 minus U1 as minus 20.01 kilojoule per kg. Since the value is minus 20 kilojoule per kg, the internal energy is decreased. And with this, I am giving the summary of the SFE applications for boiler. The assumptions are, these are the assumptions for boiler, turbine, condenser, compressor, nozzle, and the result is Q1 is equal to H2 minus H1 for boiler. For turbine it is W is equal to H1 minus H2. For condenser Q is equal to H1 minus H2. For compressor it is H1 plus C1 square by 2 minus Q is equal to H2 plus C2 square by 2 minus W, and for nozzle it is C2 is equal to the square root of 2 into H1 minus H2 plus C1 square. With this I am concluding my topic, and if you have any queries you may ask. Thank you.